Here's another Oreck XL vacuum. It's nice to have the room clean enough to actually be able to step back far enough from the unit to get the whole thing in the frame. This is one I just picked up fairly recently. I don't have this color combination, so I've been eyeing this at the thrift store for the last couple of weeks. But I was not going to pay $35 for it, so I waited for it to go on half off and then I got it. I don't think that $35 is completely outrageous for one of these in good working order, which this one is. But I'm not going to spend $35 on something I don't need. Here's the informations. It is an XL9100C. And I think that that number has date information on it. But I don't remember how to read it. I'm going to pause the video right quick and just look through a couple comments. I think someone has told me how to read that in the past. There we go. Thanks to Ceiling Fans and Vacuums 579. The first two digits are the year, and then the second group of three digits is the day. So this one would be made on the 241st day of 1997, which seems like a pretty reasonable date of manufacture to me. This must never have been used very much. It's very clean, aside from some storage dust here in the cracks. Not the cracks, the, whatever you call it, the crevices where it always builds up. And there's no marks around the outside of the unit. The bumper's very clean with minimal wear. Usually, if these things have been used for almost 30 years, you'll see a bunch of marks and everything all over the place from people whacking furniture on the edge of the walls and stuff as it's being used. So this, I suspect, has seen very, very few hours. Even the whole, the bag is also very clean. It's not uncommon to get scratches on here as people slide it under furniture and so forth when vacuuming around tables and coffee tables and things that are lower down, chairs, etc. But this too is in very good condition. There appears to be some kind of a spill over here, but other than that, and that even could potentially be cleaned out, it's really quite clean with very, very minimal signs of wear. The cord's also in pretty good shape as well. It's got a very interesting plug, which is actually really nice to use. It plugs in and out very nicely, but it's quite an odd shape. Despite the age, there's no fraying at any point along the cord anywhere. It's still in perfect condition. This did come with some stuff in the bag here, in the pocket. It came with two belts, which actually no, it didn't come with two belts. It came with, are these unopened? It came with 6 belts. This is open, so there's only 2 left in there. So it came with 5 belts, which appear to be OEM belts. It's kind of cool packaging to have. And surprisingly, the belts feel pretty good. They're not stretched out or dry rotted, so these are probably still usable. I don't know how old these are. It's copyright date of 2008, so I don't think that these are necessarily of recent manufacture. This one's also 2008. And it also came with some bags. Also, these appear to be OEM bags. These originally sold for $26.95. I don't know where, but that's a very steep price for these paper bags. These paper bags really don't filter that well. They're kind of cheesy. And that's not a dig on Oreck's paper bags. That's just paper bags in general. Paper bags just don't filter well. This is a copyright date of 2004, so these are not of recent make either, I don't think. It looks like there's 2 of these left out of the original 8. So, assuming that this was purchased in the early 2000s, it only filled 6 bags over the last 2 decades. This definitely was not used very much. I feel like it was a pretty decent value to get a really nice machine and all those accessories for the $15, or I think it was $17, whatever it was. Taking a look underneath, again, very, very few signs of use. The squeegee is still in perfect condition. That's kind of rare. Those usually break off over the years. And the brush roll is still in very good condition as well. The bristles are sticking out well beyond the surface, and they are not missing a bunch of bristles. They're all in good shape, still pretty stiff. Not even much wrapped around the brush roll, but a hair there, but nothing of substance really. So this has very, very few signs of use. Now granted, a lot of these, well, I guess the XL21 was eligible for routine services. You could take any of these machines into an Oreck store and they would do a full workup on it. I think the XL21 gave you 21 years of free tune-ups, as they called it. I'm sure you had to pay, well, I don't know how much it cost, but you would have had to pay for something like this. But it is possible that somebody could have brought this to an Oreck store in more recent times and had all this changed out and cleaned. That's a possibility, but I don't think so. This is just in generally too good condition, I think, to have been used consistently since 1997. This does not have the helping hand handle, but I kind of like this handle a lot. Maybe even better than the helping hand handle. I have more nostalgia to the helping hand handle because that's the one that was on the machine that we had when I was growing up. But in terms of using it on the day-to-day, I kind of like this handle better. However, I vastly prefer the on-handle switch. You know, if anything gets caught in the machine, you know, in the bedroom, if you get a sock caught in the machine or the edge of the bed, whatever, it's nice to have that switch on the handle to shut it off real quick. This one has the foot switch, which I don't like as much. I don't think it's as easy to operate, and it just, to me, it doesn't give a good user experience. It's very, you know, loose and rattly. That's normal. That's how they are. But I just much prefer the switch on the handle. This one does have the lights on the front, which is kind of an interesting feature. We'll have to see if those are working, and if not, replace the bulbs. Before we give this a test run, let's check to see what kind of condition the bag is in, if there is one at all. It's heavier than it should be, so I think that there is a bag, and it's probably at least somewhat full. Yep, there is a bag in here, and it is pretty full. Actually, I think that it might be... I think it's okay. There's some grit in the bottom of the outer bag, but that might just be from bag changes over the years, the 6 bag changes it had. I think this bag will be fine for the test. It's definitely in there, but it's definitely full. All right, let's get this thing on the floor and test it out. I have not cleaned the floor in the studio here in the last couple of days as I've been working, and because I knew I wanted to have something to test this with, so I've left the floor completely filthy, which has been driving me nuts. I like vacuuming, I like the floor clean. I vacuum almost every day, so to have this much junk on the floor has been driving me nuts. But this will be a good test for the machine. There's some wire snipping, some busted up glass from incandescent light bulbs. There's a busted rubber band, one of those square things that holds the screw into a light switch. So let's see how this works. The brush roll feels like the belt's still good, so I think we might have a fully operating machine. You see, I don't like this. Okay, that is, whoops. That is 2.8 the amps, 308 the watts, power factor 96, and under load, that is 3.25 the amps, 359 the watts, power factor 95. So for only 3.2 amps, I think these things do a really good job. And by the sound of it, the belt is still good. Yeah, it's still good. And it's certainly working. Bearings seem good. That's working perfectly. The belt's fine. The brush bar is fine. This works just as good as it looks. So we'll just do a quick cleanup on this. Get some new bags in there. And this is ready for service. Fresh from the store. That's kind of rare. Usually everything's all busted up by the time you find it, but this is in good working order and it's in excellent condition. Really nice example from the 90s.